Hello, my badass boys and badass babe. Guess what? It's your favorite Lord's concubine, Sister Vixen. Now, I know I haven't been on, for a couple weeks now. I had to take an accidental vacation. And I'm here to tell you about that little accidental vacation. And the reason why I had to accidentally go on vacation is because some jealous wife was thinking that I was sleeping with her husband, and she thought she needed to talk to me about the situation. It may have not helped matters that certain photographic evidence was sent to her from an account with my name on it. I'm just saying, it had nothing to do with this. Hypothetically, of course, but she was kind of, how can we say, very inquisitive about the situation and she wanted answers. So I had to go on vacation. All right, so I didn't have, this was a spur of the moment kind of thing, so I didn't really have that many options. And it came to me, I need to be in a place where she would never find me. So what do? I decided to sign up for you're going to laugh at this, a Baptist Bible retreat. You heard me. The Vixen actually signed up to go on a Baptist Bible retreat. And at this point, if you're not laughing, you really need to be, because I'm going to tell you right now, this is one of the few scenarios where the diocese has just turned its back and said, we don't know her. Who is she? We never heard of her. We're going to look into the matter. That's the official statement they have used. Unofficially, they are laughing their asses off, and they are actually giving me brownie points. This rarely, if at all, ever happens. All right. So I signed up for this baptismal Bible camp revival. All right. Now, why did I do this? All right. Choose this. Number one, it was to get me a long ways away from my current problems. Number two, I figured if I'm going to go somewhere, I might as well have some fun. And fun I had. All right. So the bus trip out there, I decide, you know what? I'm going to play nice. I know. This is the buildup of a bad horror movie, okay? Where the killer or the psycho stalker looks like a normal person. Same thing with me. I looked normal. I was meek. I pretend to be meek and quiet, which that rarely happens if you ever know me. Anyways, I pretend to be just a normal person on the strip of Jesus, blah, 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 whatever. I get to the campgrounds. And this is where things get funny. They start breaking us up into groups, group A, group B, group C, group D, okay, fine. So this way, we are kind of in our little cliques, and we're going to be, doing research and exploring the Bible into great depths. And okay, I kid you not, my group was consistent of, me, there was 2 teenage girls and about, I'm going to say about 3. Yeah, 3 were about in their mid to late 20s. They were all married and wanting to experience their first child. Well, I since I've been married once, have 2 children, I kind of, I could give them some practical advice. And to the young girls, well, we already know about how that went on a couple occasions, so you can see where this is going. Again, this is like a bad horror movie. You can see the killer slip into the camp. Everything looks nice and quiet, and then the killer strikes, and this is how this story is pretty much going to go. So we get into our little Bible session, and we're talking about, marriage and having kids. And, I was just being quiet, waiting for the most perfect opportunity to strike. And so, I'm listening, I'm being quiet, and then one of the girls, we'll just call her Peggy. Peggy, she was in her mid-20s, mid to late 20s, around there. She just got married to a guy who, this guy, oh my God. Let me tell you the guy she married. Okay, he works at and a used auto salesman, all right? Nothing wrong with that, okay? So he's a used auto salesman, he brings home he single family income, he works, she stays at home. Nothing wrong with that, okay? I'm not going to say anything bad about it because I used to be a housewife for a brief time, but that's how it was, okay? So I'm listening to her talk about how her husband goes to work, comes home, wants the house to be X, Y, and Z. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, this is the perfect time to strike. So I don't say anything mean or malicious. I'm doing this in a very slow, seductive, sadistical way. I tell her, you know what? What you need to do is this, okay? If your husband says, clean the house, here's what you need to do. Just go ahead, clean the house, but start with his stuff first, okay? Clean up his area first, and just, like I said, this is where it gets sneaky. When you start cleaning up a guy's area, they have things the way they want. When a woman comes in and cleans, it's the way she wants, and it pisses the guy off. And then he says this excuse, and every woman who sees this knows it, because their guy will say, hey, where's such and such? And she goes, well, it's in this place where it belongs. Where's that? Oh, simple. You just look over here, here, and here, and that's where you find it. Guys have their own system of chaos, but when we do it, ladies, we put it in an organized way, and guys can't find it. So I was teaching her this little method, all right? So she goes on to tell me, well, we're trying to conceive our first child, and things aren't going right, and, it's like, okay, not a problem. And I told her, I'm a mother, and when me and my first husband, God rest his soul, like I said, accidents do happen with him. Here's what you need to do, just tell your husband, you can go see doctors, you can, try different positions. I was being very helpful. And then I told her, just to help you out off the record, if you add a certain ingredient into your cooking, that kind of, how can we say this, puts that olay into the experience. I won't tell you what ingredient, but needless to say, it's rather fun to watch. And, that secret ingredient's Viagra. So I told her, maybe get some cheap knockoff Viagra, grab a pill, crush it a little bit, not too much, put it into the meal. Hour or so later, olay. Just saying. And this may have got me into a little bit of trouble because I told her to crush a pill. Apparently, this girl and her husband, they were a little bit closer attached to the hip than what I thought. So here's what happened with that. She didn't crush a pill. She crushed 3 pills, and she put it into her meatloaf. Needless to say, olay became olay. Oh my God. That poor man, let's just say, was up all night, literally. And so he may have had one of the best nights or one of the worst nights, depending on your point of view. Now, she runs off after this a little, how can we say, incidents, and starts telling the people who are in charge. At the same time as this little incident happened, there was a few other things that I was doing. Okay, I can't say I'm innocent because on this issue, hell to the no, I did all of this. Why? Simple, because I was bored and I needed to have some entertainment. So I gathered the young ladies up and I was telling them the joys of sex and how great sex is. And that the reason they don't want you to have sex before marriage is because guys don't like to be judged. You heard me. I gathered up all the young women. I was telling them about the joys of sex and why you need to have sex. And the guys don't want you to have sex because they don't want to be judged. And trust me, when you can get a bunch of teenage girls, get their attention and keep their attention and explain it to ways that they will understand, it's kind of fun because they always point out that Bible, women are supposed to be pure and virtuous. And I go, what about guys? They get away with it. Why can't we? If this is the 21st century, ladies, let's, take back our needs and desires. So why should men not be virgins and we have to be? That struck a chord with a few of them. And you know what? They decided to take some bold action. And the ones who were a bunch of narking sissies went screaming to the people who directed the little Bible camp seminar here. Okay, that was the second thing that was going on. But the third thing, and I have to admit, this one is like just the cherry on top of the sundae. It is one of my masterpieces. All right? You know, there is a part of the horror movie, where the killer goes around killing people and, everyone's running and hiding. And this is kind of that basically scenario. I'm the killer, everyone's running away for their life, except, oh yeah, they run into the killer's house. The same thing kind of happened here. Because now I have both, all the people looking for me because of all the things that I did, or should I say, was going to do or did do, depending on your point of view. They come looking to find me. This is the end of the kind of the movie where they confront the killer. Guess what? Wrong place to do it. So we're out in the middle of the woods. Not joking. We're in the middle of the woods when they catch up to me. Oh yeah. yeah, this is where things get fun. All right, here I am naked in the middle of the woods. Just sitting there waiting for these guys to come. And I didn't think they were expecting for me to be naked. And here they are trying to scream at me. And here I am naked. Just, cleaning myself, bathing, for lack of a better term, in the middle of the woods. And I have to tell you, I cannot make up the ambiance of this because I practically did. There was a full moon. Here we are in the middle of the woods. I'm naked, cleaning myself. All to the sounds of the glorious music of, how can we say this, Donna Summer. Why did I choose Donna Summer? Number one, because I love her album, Bad Girls. Number two, she's just that damn good. God rest her soul. And number three, I thought it was appropriate for what I was doing. The song was Hot Stuff. So here I am cleaning myself, talking to these guys. My Donna Summer's on the, in the background on my phone. We're listening to the song Hot Stuff. And I have to tell you, just the look of disgust on their faces was just priceless enough. They threatened to throw me out of Bible camp and kick me out of the church. And I have to tell you, when they did that, I came back with the best response ever. I go ahead, throw me out of your church. I'm a devoted Catholic. Right there. If you don't believe that a small phrase can change the perception of things, trust me. That little phrase, when you say to someone who's of another faith, oh, I'm a devoted Catholic, I guarantee you that changed everything. If they weren't mad before, they were mad after that. They call up the diocese, here in my hometown. They start chewing out the bishop, complaining, bitching, and whining about what I did do. And I gotta tell you, I could not be prouder of what I did. So they lay it all out. The bishop hangs up the phone. He actually sends me a text. He doesn't send his, the normal people to get me. He just sends me a text. He goes, heard what you did at Bible camp. Need to talk. I will be over at your house in 10 minutes. Okay, I got to tell you something. That scares me. All right, I didn't know what to think of at first. Because here the bishop's coming to my house? Okay, normally I get called into his office. He gets to my house 10 minutes later. There is not one, there is not two, but there are 5 other staff members beside him. And I thought, oh shit, I have done it. I have crossed the line, the line. I am in for it now. They had a fruit basket for me. They had a fruit basket. I got a fruit basket from the diocese because of my little stunt at this. And I had to ask them, why are you giving me the fruit basket? And they say, no reason, just because you're you. We know what you did at the Baptist Bible camp. And hey, we're just going to let this one slide. We heard of what you did, and we're okay with it. We're cool. You didn't do it at our place, so as far as we're concerned, everything's fine. They hand me the fruit basket, and they leave. Now, to be honest, I don't know what to think here. Yes, I'm technically in trouble with the diocese, officially. Unofficially, here's a fruit basket. I don't know what to make of it, but all I know is, hey, maybe next year I need to go to some other Bible camp. You never know. Well, anyways, my badass boys and badass babes, I guess today's life lesson is, number one, don't send, naked pictures of you and your lover to their wife. Just saying, if you ever do, don't do it. Bad idea. Second lesson is, if you do go to some kind of Bible retreat and you're not part of that faith, I guess it is okay if you just cause a lot of mayhem and chaos if you just listen to the example of the diocese. I don't suggest you do it. Don't do it. Just keep in mind you could get in some serious trouble. But maybe if you got a diocese like mine that's really cool, then let the thought cross your mind. Well, anyways, my badass boys and badass babes, I'm sorry I was gone for a little bit of time, but the accidental vacation kind of worked out to my favor. So the question, as I always ask, who's your vixen, and bye-bye.